Hello, you be beautiful people. I'm Michael Botts, and the reason that you show up here every morning at 9 a.m. is because you know there's more. There's more for you to get. There's more money for you to get. There's more love for you to get. There's more joy for you to get. There's more health for you to get. There's more for you to get. And you should embrace that. If somewhere along the road someone taught you that you shouldn't get stuff, I want to give you permission to get. You have permission to get stuff. And guess what happens when you get more? You're able to give more. When you get more health, guess what you do? You inspire others to be healthy. When you get more joy, guess what happens? You inspire others to be joyful. When you get more money, guess what happens? You give other people jobs, you give money away, you create the income for someone else. It is a good thing to get more. So I want to encourage you that you have permission to get more. You were born genius. You were born with I am enough branded on your DNA. I am enough. And then what happened was you went along and you learned to eat, drink, and you learned to talk without any hesitation, without any procrastination. You never procrastinated about learning to walk. Ever. In all the walkings of all the babies, no baby said, no, I'm going to wait till tomorrow. It's got to be the perfect time. It's not time for me to walk. As babies, we were born in I am enough, and we just attacked the day. Whatever the day had for us, we're like, okay, let's go. I'm going to learn to walk today. And here's the other thing. You didn't get depressed. You didn't get discouraged. You didn't have anxiety. None of this happened as you were learning to walk, talk, and eat. All this you did without any of these extras. You just did it out of I am enough. But then you get caught in the riptide of life and you get sucked out into the ocean of am I enough? And in the ocean of am I enough, you're still trying to succeed. But now what's happening is you have anxiety, you procrastinate, you have doubt, fear, and worry. So in the ocean of am I enough, you're starting to drown in doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs. And here's the beautiful thing. I am going to drag you back up out of the ocean of am I enough, back up onto the beach of I am enough, and start to resuscitate you. And you're going to spew out doubt, spew out fear, and spew out limiting beliefs. And you're going to take these breaths. I am enough. My goal can still be achieved. My dream is still possible. So then I stand you up and I aim you down the path of success. And what do we know about the path of success, tribe? It is paved with gratitude. So every day, this part of the show, we do gratitude. And this is how it sounds. I am grateful for, you say what you're grateful for, and then you end in I am enough. Today, I am grateful for my amazing, epic, world-changing daughter, Michaela Botts, and I am enough. She sets an example continuously of falling down is allowed, getting up is required. She sets an example continuously of every setback is a setup for a comeback. This woman is amazing, and I am just grateful for her. I adore her, and I am enough. Then I want you to do an I'm proud of. The I'm proud of should be about you. Like I could say I'm proud of Michaela, but what I really want you to do is I want you to share an I'm proud of about yourself. I am proud that I've raised 4 kids that are an asset to the community that they're in. They're kind, they're generous, they're hardworking. Each of my kids have such beautiful work ethic. And I am enough. So as you're putting in your gratitudes and your I'm proud of, we are going to do some breaths. Now these breaths have really 2 purposes. The first purpose is you're going to become mindful and soulful, and those are going to start to synchronize. And then you're going to get the answer to what you're struggling with. What are you struggling with right now? What is the big question in your life? Does it have to do with your relationship? Does it have to do with your finances? Does it have to do in your business? Does it have to do with your body? What is the big question in front of you right now? Did you just get a diagnosis from the doctor and you're wondering, how do I handle this next stage of my life? Chris says, I'm grateful that Michael Botts is here for us. I'm proud of him being here every day and that I can make his broadcast. I am enough. Thanks, Chris. I'm grateful for you to say that. It means a lot to me, man. And I'm so thankful that you're here. You are a true asset to the tribe. You're always participation. You just participate in a level and you are giving. You're serving, solving, and saving even when you come here, Chris. So thank you for that. So we're taking these breaths because what do we know? Life didn't sleep last night. Life stayed awake and was thinking of how it's going to kick your ass this morning. So when you woke up this morning, life was ready. Like, all right, Michael. All right, Chris. All right, Christina. All right, Stacy. Let's see what you got today. And they start swinging at you. Life starts swinging at you. So now you open your eyes and now you're just dodging the bat. And then you get out of bed and you're just up against the cage taking punches. These breaths are going to create space. And this space is where the solution is. So take the breaths. Now at the end of each breath, we put our hands on our chest and we say, my heart is beating. Now, as you say those words, what's going to happen is it's going to go in your inner ear, down in your soul. Now, your soul and the universe are collaborating for you to have abundance because you're creating an attitude of gratitude. And that creates an attitude of abundance. Let's take our first breath. Ready? Breathe in. Let it out. My heart is beating. My heart is beating. My heart is beating. My heart is beating. Woo! Did you feel that? Every time I said my heart is beating, I became more aware of it. Every time I said the words, my heart is beating, I became more aware of the gratitude of my heart beating. Michelle's on here. Michelle says, I'm grateful for morning motivation with Michael. I'm proud of the opinions of others are not my motivation. I am enough. We just talked about that. I'm glad hopefully you were able to use that. Thank you for being here, Michelle. She's an important part of this tribe. She comes every morning. I appreciate you so much, Michelle. All right, today's subject is, are you a kindergartner? My kids make fun of me because I say kindergartner. I guess it's kindergartner. I'm not sure. But anyways, the 5-year-olds at school. Are you a kindergartner or are you a first grader? My daughter had this amazing observation. She works the aftercare at a school. And so she's there with from kindergartners to 8th grade that stay after school. And so she's there and she said the other day, she said, you know what I noticed, Dad, was the kindergartners, when they leave, like when one of them leaves, they all hug each other. But the first graders don't do that anymore. And I got to thinking about it. She said this a couple weeks ago, and I've been thinking about it. I'm like, there's something there, a lesson that maybe we can learn from the kindergartners. So then I started looking up, what happens when you get a hug or give a hug? What is the chemical, the science of a hug? And what I found out is oxytocin is a chemical, a feel-good chemical that you get when you give a hug or get a hug. So these kindergartners are filling their lives with oxytocin. And this oxytocin makes them play and laugh and have less cares and anxiety. I mean, some of those kids, their parents are going through divorce, or it's rough at home. But because they're hugging, they're able to still have passion and be excited and really love themselves. You know how much you have to love yourself to give someone else a hug, to offer a hug, because you're taking a chance of being rejected. You're taking a chance of them saying, "Oh no, I'm not a hugger." And then I got to thinking about, I'm not a hugger. Where did that come from? If you'll look at the kindergartners, they're just hugging and hugging. And then the first graders, it's trimming off and it's not happening as much. Why is that? That's the ocean, the riptide of life, sucking them out into the ocean of am I enough? Am I enough where, well, I could get rejected, I could get made fun of. If I just love everyone, I'm going to get my feelings hurt. So we have a chance today, because we're talking about it and becoming aware, to start being huggers again. Yeah, but Michael, I mean, I'm in a professional setting. I can't do it here. That's all the rules that someone else put on you. What is the guy, Bronson, I think his name is, or Branson? He is a billionaire. I think he owns Virgin Soda and Virgin Airlines and stuff like that. Chris always knows the names of all these people. But he is a hugger. He is this loving, carefree, everybody he sees, he's hugging them and always touching them and stuff like that. He's just this kind. So how he is giving us permission that we can succeed in the professional arena and still be giving Richard Branson. See? Chris is my guy, man. He knows all these people. Richard Branson has given us permission that we could be our loving selves. Maybe you just graduate from a handshake to a handshake with your hand on it. Or maybe you just go ahead and start hugging everybody. Well, what's the best that could happen if you hugged everybody? You're going to get more, and the person you hug is going to get some. You might be their only hug they're going to get today. And you've tried to sell them something, and they say, well, I got to think about it. And all day, all they can think about is, man, that dude gave me a hug. I got to do business with him. I got to do business with somebody that's secure enough, happy enough, and loves themselves enough to hug. I just want to open it up to you guys. Of course, you have to make your own choices. Of course, there are scenarios, maybe, I don't know, as I say it, I'm doubting myself that you can't hug. Maybe there is that scenario. I don't know. But I am going to give myself permission to start hugging more. Because it's going to give me medicine, and it's going to give the person I give medicine. And we have evidence in Richard Branson that you can still be successful. He's a billionaire, and he's a hugger. So there is a place for it. Absolutely, positively, 100%. The last thing I want to say about this hugging thing is, if you know someone and maybe they've been diagnosed with something, or they're struggling with depression, or they've been given something that maybe they're going through a divorce, or their business, they just failed, or their house got taken, they're hurting. They're hurting. And the science of it is their immune system is down. And every time you give someone a hug, you build their immune system. If you know someone, or now that I've said it, you're going to become aware of it, someone that's hurting physically, maybe they just got diagnosed with Alzheimer's or cancer or whatever else it is that's a tragedy. Or maybe their wife just left them. Or maybe they just went through a really hard time. You could help build them by giving them a hug. I love you. I love you! I would give you the hug of hugs if I saw you. Have an awesome day. Give yourself permission to give some hugs today and see what happens. And I will see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I'm always here, and I'd love for you to always be here.